everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Autumn Renee, and today we are going to be talking about my curriculum picks for the 2025-2026 school year for my preschooler. Now, if you are new here, make sure you go down in the comments below and let me know that you're new here and hit that subscribe button. I would love to hear from you guys. I make tons of videos on homeschooling, and I'm also a transracial adoptive mother. I was also a teacher turned homeschool mom, so if any of that kind of content is great for you, then make sure you guys subscribe and like the video. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So for my preschooler this year, he is a young preschooler. He just turned 3. So normally I probably wouldn't even recommend doing anything super formal with a 3-year-old. However, my son is just going ahead of me whether I want to or not. He has already learned almost all of his letters and letter sounds. He knows all his colors and shapes and all that. I feel like he has already mastered what most people would consider preschool, and he just turned 3. And so I feel like I need to help nurture that. Like, I feel like he's wanting to learn, and I don't want to like hold him back just because of his age. So we are going to go ahead and do a full preschool year with him. However, because he is so young, I do want it to just be play-filled and wonder-filled, and I just really want to respect the fact that he is so young, and I do want him to have, that childhood. So this stuff that we're going to be doing, it's only going to be for like, 20 minutes a day tops, and it's going to be play-based and fun, and it's only going to be if he's interested in it. I feel like at this age, you don't necessarily have to have formal learning, but I'm sure if you guys are watching this video, then you might have a child like mine who just is naturally interested in it, wanting to learn. Maybe you have an older sibling and they're wanting to homeschool like big brother or big sister. So for those of you who are in that situation, this video is for you. And here are my curriculum picks for preschool. So we are going to be using Plain Preschool by The Busy Toddler for our main curriculum. Now, this is sold online. I believe it was a PDF. I did have this printed in spiral bound, and I actually did something a little bit unconventional. I got Plain Preschool Year 1, which is this book, and I also purchased Plain Preschool Year 2. Now, to be fair, I already actually had both of these curriculums because I had bought and printed and bound these for my eldest son when I first brought him home to homeschool, because when he came home, he was 4, 5, I'm trying to remember. But whatever age he was, I was going to try and do another preschool year with him because I was excited to have him home and I wanted it to just be fun, and I didn't want to dive into anything crazy academic with him. And however, when we started this program with him, he was not about it. He was like, "Mom, this is like babyish, like I know all my letters, I don't want to do this." And so I quickly realized with him that he needed to be in kindergarten, and he did not want to do preschool anymore. So I realized that with him pretty quickly on, and we never actually ended up really using this program with him. However, I did hold on to it because I love this program. I love the way it's set up. I love like the whole philosophy behind it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm very excited to be using it with my now 3-year-old, which I think is going to be a much better fit. I've already been kind of, schooling him at home for like the last, 6 months or so, just playing and doing fun things like this. And so I really think that this is going to be a huge hit with him. I think it's going to be perfect for him this year, because even though he does have most of those kind of preschool skills mastered, I feel like there's nothing wrong with continuing to build on those skills. And I feel like this curriculum does a great job of that. I think it covers more than just like learning your letters. It covers a lot of like thinking skills and fine motors and gross motors and just a lot of other little skills that you as a parent may not think to cover. So I'm really excited about this curriculum. Obviously, you can tell from the title, if you're not familiar, it is a play-based program. So basically each day is going to have like a book to read, a song to sing, and like 2 to 3 like fun activities to do that are like play-based and exciting. So like some of the activities are like literally just like, eat a popsicle in your bathtub, like for fun, or, go, paint water on a fence or something. I don't even remember all of them, but just like fun, playful activities. And then it also has some more like academic focused activities, but are still like very playful. So, like going on a letter hunt, or, parking cars on numbers or whatever, like just fun little preschool things. And it does follow a theme. So it has a theme for 2 weeks. So like it'll be like farm theme for 2 weeks, and then the next theme will be rocks or whatever. I'm just making this on the top of my head, but that's how it works. So basically what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to combine Year 1 and Year 2 into a single year. Now, obviously, because my son is so young, I could do 2 full years of playing preschool and just use it as intended. But the reason I'm not doing that is, again, because he is, like, in my opinion, pretty advanced for where he is age-wise. I think he will be bored by the time we get to year 2 if I stretch this out for 2 years. I think he will have moved beyond that because truly, like, he is like getting close to being ready to read. Even though he is way young for that, like he is already like in books, like asking like, what does this word say? Or he's telling me like, I know this word starts with that letter. Like he's already doing like those pre-reading skills. Like he is getting ready. And so I like feel like I'm going to be lucky if I can stretch out preschool for him. So we are going to be doing this in a combined 1 year. So basically what I did to do this is instead of doing 2 weeks per theme, I'm doing 1 week per theme. So I combined those like 2 weeks of farm theme into 1 week. And so I'm not doing all the activities because I feel like that would be too much. So I picked and choose my favorite and I combined it all into like 1 week. And then I just kind of made my own schedule. So it was a little bit of work on the front end for me, but now I feel like it's like going to be really good for him because I was able to pick the stuff that I knew he would be into, and the stuff that maybe he or I wasn't into doing, I was able to just take out. And so I feel like this is going to be really good for him this year. And I guess I should show you guys the inside of it in case you are not familiar with this program. I'm sure there are probably better flip-throughs online, but basically it's got your little program overview. So these are the different themes you'll be doing. This is for year 1. Obviously year 2 will have different themes. Kind of just tells you how to read the unit as a parent. It goes over the skills they're going to be using. So again, it's a lot more than just like alphabet stuff. They're going to be doing like sensory things and fine motor stuff and art and things like sorting and exploring and questioning and all kinds of like different skills besides just like the typical preschool academics. They're also going to do this really cute like alphabet portfolio where they do their different letters. And then you get into like your main unit. So like this is unit 1, apples. And it just goes over the different things. So it gives you like your supplies that you need for the unit, your books. It's got a poem and a song for the unit. And then it has like your weekly overview. And then it goes into like day by day. So like this is Monday. So again, this will not take more than like, 20 minutes or just however long your kid wants to play with it really. And so they recommend starting with like a little calendar routine, doing your song and poem. And then it's got like stuff to talk about with your child. So it's like introduce the topic. And so, it'll be like, what is an apple? Have a conversation about apples. How do we get apples? What are apples? And then they have like a read aloud. So you read a picture book about apples. One thing that's great about this program is sometimes these kind of programs where they have books included can really drive up the cost because you're like, oh, I have to buy all these books. But with this program, you really can supplement any book about apples. So if you have any book at all at home on apples, or you find a book on YouTube about apples, or at your library, you can really use anything. You can supplement any of these books about, whatever topic they're talking about. So that makes it easy. And then they have a learning activity and an easy activity each day. So like this learning activity was like sorting apples by color. And then the fun, easy activity was like apple stamping with paint. So it's just really fun, easy stuff that's enjoyable for you and your kid. And they're learning along the way, which I feel like is perfect for like that 3-4-year-old age. So this is what we are going to be using for preschool. Again, I'm combining year 1 and year 2 into the same year, but it's great using just year 1 or just year 2 or whatever. On the website, the author does recommend doing year 1 first, regardless of how advanced your kid is. Again, just because of some of those other skills that are covered and it really builds on itself. She probably would not approve of me picking and choosing which activities I'm doing either because, again, they do build on themselves. So I did try to be mindful of that. Like, they might be doing a lot more advanced sorting over here. So if I skip all the easy sorting, then, that might be harder or whatever. So I tried to be mindful of that when I was picking my activities. But just so you are aware, that is what we are using for preschool. And then along with that, we're not doing too much else other than that. But I did pick up these little Play Smart Early Learning workbooks. We did one of these this past semester and he really loved it. So I went ahead and picked up this alphabet and numbers one. And basically what I'm planning to do is just do like 1 page a day from like one of these. So we'll probably alternate like alphabet book one day, number book the other day, and just do these. They're not very long. So I don't think it'll take us a full like year to get through them. I think we'll do this in 1 semester probably. But it's got like stickers. It's got just like very fun, super easy activities to do. You know, does not take even more than 5 minutes. So just very simple. Same thing with the numbers one. Again, it's got the stickers. So a lot of these are like sticker activities or pointing activities. If you like coloring things, just like very simple, fun stuff. So we'll be doing both of these as he wants to. Again, not something I'm gonna be like forcing. Not important that he does these. I just got them for some extra fun. Helps build fine motors as well. And because I'm pretty sure that we'll finish those in a semester, I did go ahead and plan to use 2 other books for the next semester. So we'll basically use Playing Preschool Year 1 and these 2 books for semester 1, and then we'll use Playing Preschool Year 2 for semester 2, and then I'm going to be using this Kumon first book of drawing with him. I'm not sure how this will go, but I feel like it's really important for kids to learn how to draw. Not to like be good artists, but I just feel like it's important to have like basic drawing skills. Like I feel like you use those in life. And this one's very, very simple. Just shows you exactly how to draw. I don't know if he will be able to do this or not. I mean, it does say on here that it's for like 3, 4, and 5. So we'll see, especially since it'll be second semester. He'll be about to turn 4. So hopefully that'll help. But yeah, so it's just like a very simple drawing book. So we're going to be doing this. Again, help with fine motors, just add some fun. Not something I'm going to be like forcing him to do, but it's going to be an option there if he wants to do it. So I got this drawing book, and then kind of going along similar with that, I also wanted him to practice on his cutting. And I just so happened to have this printed. I think I printed these for my son forever ago. I honestly don't even know where I got these, probably from a Teachers Pay Teachers store. Let's see if it says on here. Oh, it does. It says Natalie Lynn Kindergarten. So that's the store I got these from if you're wanting to look for those. But basically just very simple like cutting sheets so my son can practice like cutting and pasting, which is another just really important school skill. They will be practicing these things through Playing Preschool. There's going to be like some fine motor stuff like this included in the program. So if he doesn't get to this, not a big deal, but just something extra I picked up for him. And that is all we're really planning for his main curriculum. Now we will have extras that we do as a family, things like art and music and logic and stuff like that. But I'm going to be sharing that in a separate video because it's something that's going to be including all of my kids and not just my preschooler. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Give it a thumbs up if it was. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are using for preschool this year, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everybody.